my name is Ariel. Welcome to Dish. I'm going to go ahead and read the prayer and then the structure, and then we'll get started. It's nice to see you all. Opening prayer. We come to you this hour, asking for your blessing and help as we are gathered together. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand, and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct ourselves with the spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work and find our inner peace and happiness. Help us to work together and encourage each other to love. May we protect each other. May we nourish each other. May we work together with great energy. May our study be enlightening and fruitful. May all be happy. May all be free from disease. May all be auspicious. And may none be subjected to misery. So the structure of the meeting, how we start is everyone state his or her name and then one word describing how you feel today. So my name is Ariel, and my word of the day is hopeful. Marcus, will you go next?
My name is Marcus, and my word for the day is contemplating.
Okay. Sherry, nice to meet you, Marcus.
My name is Paul.
Okay.
I just never managed to find a group that was
Blessed. Yeah,
Blessed.
sorry.
every time they have a support group. They'll have a support group maybe once every.
Open share time, and it's peer-to-peer. So nobody has to talk. People can just listen, and everybody is welcome to speak. We just ask that after you have shared, if you are open and willing to allow others to comment on your.
There's one, I think it's support group, but it's like, I'm feeling good. Finally, like yesterday, this week has been really stressful. I feel like things are not going to change. I'm not going anywhere. But I started talking to other person who was immigrant like me who live in the same building, and he just told me, Tomas, everything needs time, and you just need to be more faithful. And he was right. Like many other people lost the opportunity every day to even try it in life. They lost their lives every single day. And unless I have that, I may not have like a lot of things when I begin here. I didn't have anything, but little by little, I've been like shaping everything. I'm taking care of my emotional health. I'm taking care of my money situation, everything. And today, finally, I received that I have an interview with immigration to have my documentation so I can go back. And I mean, I was like, I was so surprised because there's people who wait all their life, like 20 years for that. And it's happening, and it's difficult, but you're still going. You have to remember yourself that. And I mean, I was like, I was so surprised because there's people who wait all their life, like 20 years for that. And it's happening. Can you listen to me well? But you're still going.
Replaying that.
Yeah.
And be more grateful. Download and kind of write as you go, or you can write in your own notebook. But it's really good. I'm going to do it again myself tonight or tomorrow, just to keep getting back on track with my sole purpose. I was there replaying that.
Yeah.
I was just like, what am I doing? Told myself backwards, and I actually had to pause my in-person support group. I know you've been there before, guys, just because I don't have a vehicle to get there. So happy to hear you got your interview. So that's one step closer. You got the interview date, right?
Yeah, after that is the green card, and I can travel back. Yeah, finally.
You got this. Some things are just out of our hands, and so it's learning to just accept and kind of make the best of the situation we're presented with.
Yeah.
You're doing some awesome things right now.
Yeah. With the center, works. I volunteer at the Gay and Lesbian Museum of LA. I do a lot of volunteer work. I also study into places. So it's like, sometimes it's really overwhelming, but unless I have this opportunity to do it, even living in here. This is like my room, and I just made it my space. Is the space that I have is this corner, and I just made it mine. It's things that I can do for myself, for make myself happy, taking care of myself, don't lose time of what I want to do. Yeah, it's going. Everything is going good. Yeah. Then anybody else want to share how they're feeling? Excuse me.
Does anyone want to comment on Tomas' story?
I will. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night and wished that I had.
You look like it.
Finally, I feel like the same thing. I feel like my heart had been crushed in a billion pieces. But I didn't believe anybody. Everybody kept saying, "Give it time. You just have to. You just have to believe it's going to get better." I didn't see how it was going to get better. I just felt like I was in such a deep depression, and I had so much anxiety, and I just felt hopeless. Is going to work out, is going to go in a positive direction, and I have to trust. I have to trust it. So I'm trying, and I have my moments where I go back into that darker place, but I hear it. And I then realize that, and I turn to reading a lot. I've been reading just different books, and every article I could get my hand on. Positive affirmations. I've been doing, like Ariel said, the podcast, the
Happy to hear that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think we're all kind of in a similar boat. I don't know if you guys saw my story, but I just had my car stolen.
Oh, no.
This week was very rough for me. In fact, I was a bucket of tears yesterday. But it's learning, like you said, learning to.
And just believe that you're putting it out and you're getting it back. And I'm just trying to put out positive. And every time I feel like I've got these negative thoughts, I'm like, okay, find positive thought to replace it. And it's not been, smooth sailing. I've had my moments where I feel really alone, lonely, sad, depressed, anxious.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Welcome.
Great. How's everyone?
Good.
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 Marcus, did you want to kind of tell us what's going on with you?
Felt empty. I felt like
how it would go, so I could get a friend of mine to get support because he was going through. I noticed he started going through some really hard times, and this is he was my best friend. We've known each other for a really long time, and he has a mental condition, and he had an episode last month, and he almost killed me and 2 other people. And so,
and I do have to trust. And we get these moments in our lives that throw us to a curveball, and we don't know what to do with them. And it's really all about just coping the best way you can. And if that's helping other people, or if it's doing the meditation, or if it's...
Have you sought out any other professional help?
we've been trying.
Yeah. Let's connect after this call, Marcus, and see if we can get some people. Where are you based out of?
I move around.
Are you guys in California?
Yes. He's in LA.
Okay. All right. Well, after this group, let's connect. You guys.
Okay.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Israel, how are you?
Doing okay. Not too bad. Just
Nice to see you.
great seeing you too. Just it's just weird, like you have your good days, and all of a sudden something triggers it, and you don't know it's a trigger, and all of a sudden you're in a situation where you don't know what way to turn. You know what to do, you know how to get out of it, you just don't know. You just don't know, you don't know what way to go. Like, it's just, everything feels overwhelming all of a sudden, and that's what the past 2, 3 days felt like for me. It's just work has been, I hate being at work right now. I don't want to be there. Um, I hate being at school. My mind is just too many thoughts. It's killing me. I can't even focus. I skipped class today, and that's something I haven't done like in 2, 3 years. Because I feel a lot of anxiety. Like I feel like something needs to happen. Like I need some sort of like action or some sort of happen to me. But I'm in a situation where I'm not even like nothing is going on with my life, and I'm just tired of waiting. It's like I don't know. I feel like in limbo. Like I don't know what's going on. Like today just feels like nothing. Like nothing is happening in my life. Like I don't see any motivation. Like I don't see, what the point of, just being here today like means. Like I went to the gym to clear my mind, and I just walked. I couldn't work out. I couldn't run. I couldn't lift weights. I was just like walking and walked for like 40 minutes, and just like a blank stare in my face. Like just kept thinking like, what's my purpose? I don't know. I don't know what my purpose is, and it kills me sometimes because I tell myself, oh, I'll go meet up with a friend or go talk to someone, and that happens, and we leave, and I come back home, and it feels like I didn't gain anything from it. Like I'm trying to make some sort of trying to establish like a deeper connection, and I don't know where to put myself out there to. Like I don't know if I needed to do it with someone in particular, someone that understands what I'm going through, or if I need to pray more to God. Like I've tried everything. I've tried to find inner happiness. I've tried to find happiness through God, through friendship. I put myself out there. I've tried to, I put my love out there, and it has helped to a certain degree, but for the most part, it feels like it's not enough for me. Like I feel like I'm.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Israel, have you tried to focus on the things that you already have? Like, start, well, for me, like something that my therapist told start to be focused and grateful with the things that you already have when I was in a worse situation than mine. But waking up and that your health condition is good or something is or someone that you know is good, little things that is really helpful if you are grateful for that, and that take your mind off focus of the things that you is not feeling down right now. It's not like in order. It's just a thing that make you feel better. It make you like more conscious of the things around you and you don't need right now.
I've done that a couple of times, and it has helped. And usually late at the time to just focus on myself. So before I go to sleep, or as I'm going to sleep, or even early in the morning when I wake up, I'll lie in bed, and I'll just, speaking to myself or praying to God. As I say, okay, I have my mom. She's the greatest thing that my family, my friends, everything I have. I mean, I'm when I do take a step back and realize what I have, I'm blessed beyond belief. I wrote a paper the other day at school, going to Mexico for the first time and going to where my parents are from, and they do not have running water. They do not have electricity. There's only one phone in that village for like 300 people. They got up, pretty much like hunt that same day, and just that's what they. When I came home from that, I realized how much I do have. Um, So I do count my blessings. I do take a step. When I try to count my blessings, there's just a oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, and I fall victim to that, and I have to like get out of it at times.
So, for those that don't know, Israel's dad passed away, and so it's kind of been an emotional journey for him. Israel, we all have a soul purpose. So say this is like a meter. This is also our soul purpose, why we were put on this earth. When we are on track with that, that's when we're alive, we're excited, we feel energetic. Anytime we're off, that's when we start, and the further we're off, sinking into depression, or we just feel like it's not enough. And that's because we know we have a purpose, and so we're just trying to find that. And so that's you right now. You have a purpose, 100%. You know you have one. So you're over here. And that's that uneasiness or the anxiety or a discomfort because you're trying to find what is it I'm supposed to, and then the day-to-day stuff of the job and the school, it's not good enough because it doesn't feel like it's getting us to our sole purpose. And only you can find this out. And so one of the ways that you could do that, and I can email you this afterwards, there's a chart and there's a really good podcast you can listen to. You're stopping, you're being quiet, and you're asking yourself these questions. What are my skills? What are my hobbies? What do I really love doing? How do I want my day-to-day life to be like? What do I want my work balance life to look at? And physically writing out these ideas that we have in our head of how our life should be. And then for that. And I think we talked about this before, but for me, I had to go on a yes journey. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was in your shoes 2 years ago, and it was really, really frustrating. I was crying every day because I was like, there has to be more than this. I don't hate my job, but it's not fulfilling. And I went to film school, and what am I doing with that? And I just felt stuck, and I was alive, but I wasn't really smiling or excited. And so I just kind of went like, okay, for a whole month, I'm just going to say yes to every opportunity I can. So do you want to go to this play on Saturday? Experience it. Let's go. Do you want to volunteer at this center? Yes, let's go. And so I looked up as many organizations as I could because I know for me, I'm happiest when I'm helping others. And you guys might feel the same way, but for me personally, I have to be helping. But I didn't know how. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know adults, kids, disability, what type. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to look up as many shelters and organizations in California and try to get involved in all ways possible. If I forget where you live, but if you want, we could go down to Skid Row this weekend or next weekend and pass out food and clothing.
I'm in Orange County. I'm in Brea, Skid Row. No traffic during the weekends. I could probably be there like in.
I start feeling down, and I just need like a reset or a booster. We went down there 2 weekends ago, and we passed out 20 boxes of pizza, and it was very fulfilling. It was just really awesome to meet other people who I didn't really have to see other people's grim realities, and that really helped. But Israel, and we could talk about this afterwards, I would really sit down and ask yourself, what are my goals? What do I want to do? What are the things that I truly love? What makes me happy? And then try to find as many of those, put your hands into it. Get involved.
That's what I've been trying to do. I did write down, because I saw a post one time that said, do something that makes you money, something that keeps you in shape, and something that keeps you creative. So the money and keeping, the creativity side, that's where I know that I need to, step up my game, and I do realize that that's where I do feel a void, because my creative side was anything from just writing down my thoughts and trying to make it rhyme, trying to make poems, but music was my outlet. I began playing drums when I was 12 and kept it going for the years, and as time went by, I slowly stopped playing. And after my dad had passed away, that's when I completely stopped playing. my drums has been collecting dust in the garage, and I've tried to set it up, and I have jammed on it a couple of times, but it's just, I don't know what it is with me. It's very hard to like sit down and just play drums because it reminds me too much of a different time, and when I was with my dad, and it's just tough for me. It's everyone else. That was my outlet, but it was that I shared with my dad,
Yeah.
and my dad was my guy. I don't have him anymore, but when I felt this way, he was the one that pulled me through, and I don't have anyone to pull me through. And I've tried it on my own, but I feel like I still need someone to not do it for me, but just tell me, hey, this is the way you need to go. I've tried so many different ways. I've tried churches, I've tried pastors, ministries, and it's not easy. But I the whole playing music again. I do feel like that's where I need to go. I'm looking to take lessons with someone, or pick up another instrument, because I also did guitar and bass for a while, and that really did help me out. It's just not having the energy for it anymore. Like, it's just exhausted every day. I wake up tired, go to sleep tired, and I've changed my habits. I had to watch what and I have made a lot of progress, but not having that guidance there, like when I fall back down, that's when it's hard to get back up, and I'm just tired of falling down again and again, because it's not something you deserve. It's not something that none of us deserve, and it's hard, speaking to some people about it, because I've been blown off so many times that it just kills my motivation, and it's like I lose faith in people. It's like, oh wow, they don't really care, and that comes from family members and close friends sometimes, but it's just hard, trying to battle through, because that's what the past battling through every single day, and then
You're not the only one that feels that way. And I know I've seen you a few times. And I'm here for you. You have my number. You can always reach out to me. I say let's plan a time when you can come and let's do a charity together. Let's just get you in a state of feeling good. And maybe we could brainstorm on some different avenues that you could do. I know you work and go to school, so it's not a lot of free time, but some other ways to get involved in trying to find your purpose or your passion. I can definitely send you some links too, as far as YouTube videos or podcasts that could help you just with asking that question, because you're in a really good place. You really are. You're at a point where this isn't enough, and you want asking. Your guides are going to tell you. They are talking to you. They are telling you. It's just learning how to listen. And so that's just right where you're at right now. Is you got to keep asking, and the answers are going to come for you.
yeah.
Did anyone else want to add?
Sorry, really quick. I do want to do that volunteer stuff at Skid Row. I'm open to that. So just give me more information. I'll be able to make it down there.
Okay. Let's plan a time where we can go down there.
Sure.
Israel grief groups? Sorry, I don't know how to. Let me try it. Write it.
Grief counseling.
Yeah.
I was never able to. At the time my dad passed away, I did not have insurance. So trying to, find a support group that was for free, like it was just LA, Riverside County, as far down as San Diego. And I was willing to make the drive. It was that bad. I needed to be in a support group, but it's I I just never managed to find a group that was going through the same thing as I was going through. I did find one on Meetup. They'll have a support group maybe every other posted, and they set it up. It's like I'm working at that time, and I try to request it off, and it just doesn't help. But yeah, I wish I had a grief support group, but I was never able to get into one.
There's one, I think it's support group, but it's like Marvelous Children. I don't know if, um, and Los Angeles County. I don't know where you live, sorry. But maybe trying with hospitals too. They should have a support group for. But I don't know if whatever worked for you. I did lose a family member like a long time ago, like couple months ago almost. Yeah. Um, and it's just time. It's just time. For me, it was just time. Uh, Facebook group. Um, Let me try to find one.
Counseling appointment at school, and I think they might have some sort of group. Well, I'll definitely look into them in children's hospitals and stuff. Thank you.
Do you guys see on the right-hand side of the screen?
Yeah.
I just posted a link on there. Her name is Rachel, and she's known for helping people find their soul purpose. So that's a link right there to like a teleseminar where she talks about meditation. There's 2 documents that you can download and kind of write, or you can write. It's really good. I'm actually going to do it again myself tonight or tomorrow, just getting back on track with my soul purpose. Today, I mean, that's how I felt yesterday, Israel. I was just like, what am I doing here? I feel stuck, like taken. I'm like, wait, that puts me a step backwards. And I actually had to pause my in-person support group. I know, and you're allowed to have those days. It's just saying, what can I do to get myself back on track? I cried for a good portion of yesterday, and then I'm like, okay, if I'm feeling this way, that means I'm entertaining certain thoughts that are low vibration or negativity, so let me get back. So for me, I went to sleep listening to a motivational podcast, and then first thing this morning, I got back on listening to one. So, and that's when I'm like, okay, I got this, I'm excited again, I'm energetic. What makes you feel good? I know I talk about podcasts all the time because they really work for me, but sometimes it could be listening to a good song, having one of your best friends who just makes you smile and reaching out to them. So you gotta find what works for you and do that, because it's about getting back to a state of feeling good. But I recommend checking this lady out and listening to her seminar. You're welcome. Sherry, did you want to talk at all?
Yeah, I just wanted to say the loss of a 5.5-year relationship just recently, and it was devastating. It was not something I had any. So it's not as bad as a loss. I really am so sorry about your dad. But I feel everything that you said. I was feeling those feelings. It was so bad that I didn't want to get up in the morning. You know, I woke up in the middle of the night and wished that I had stayed asleep. It was just really, really heartbreaking. I felt like my heart had been crushed in a billion pieces. And I didn't believe anybody. Everybody kept saying, "Give it time. You just have to believe it's going to get better." I didn't see how it was going to get better. I just felt like I was in such a deep depression, and I had so much anxiety, and I just felt hopeless. And I just felt like I had to talk about it constantly. For me, that's how it worked for me. Nobody wanted to hear it anymore. And after a while, like you had said, you know, people don't really want to hear it. And I then realized that, and I turned to reading a lot. I've been reading just different books, every article I could get my hand on. positive affirmations. I've been doing, like Ariel said, the podcast, the meditating, guided meditation, everything I can do, and it's definitely helped. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was at this, it was a group, or was it even, but I finally got to a point where, I know earlier you had said something about putting out love, and I keep thinking that, just putting out the good, you're putting it out, and you're getting it back, and I'm just trying so hard to put out positive, positive, positive. I feel like I've got these negative thoughts. I'm like, okay, find positive thought to replace it, and it's not been, smooth sailing. I've had my moments where I feel really alone, lonely, sad, depressed, anxious, but then I have a lot better moments where I'm laughing again and I'm joking again, and I can see there is some light. There's just darkness, and there's definitely some light beaming in here and there, and I'm just saying, okay, you know what?
Love is taking a step back and opening and embracing and sending out loving energy. So that's how we want to be. So that's the idea of the breath. So I'm breathing in love, and I'm breathing it back out, and I'm sending it to everyone, because it comes back to you. It always does. So that's just a really good habit. But trying to just instill as many as you can throughout a given day of positivity, of happiness in.
Yeah, what you said actually works. That one actually does work. I did read a similar meditation about that, about, breathing through your heart, like letting, pretty much the air is the love, like, feel the love coming in and feel the love come out from your heart. And I've been doing that meditation for maybe the past like 2 months now. I forgot where I read. I think it was a book with the Four Agreements or something. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I would do that in the morning, because in the morning when I wake up with anxiety, I'll do that type of meditation, and as I'm falling asleep, I'll do the same meditation, and that's how I'll fall asleep. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense what you just said. It actually does work.
And when I am the happiest is when I have a huge goal going on. Like last year when I was writing my book, that was probably one of the most funnest times of my life, because I was so focused, and it was a huge task. I had never published a book before. I didn't know what I was doing, and so it required so much of me. And so sometimes just creating a big goal for you could be something that could help you during this time. Like, what would be fun? What would be exciting? What would make me come alive? I don't know if you saw my Instagram post, but I'm trying to create the vending machines. And so when I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, let me get started. Let me see what other step I can take. And so then going to work, because yeah, it's not the funnest job, but I'm like, okay, I can go to work. It's creating money. I need money to make this goal happen, so I'm on track today. So therefore, I'm grateful for my job. Maybe having a big goal for you and try to create one, and what would be fun for me, and then you're focused on, then you're driven, and then you want to wake up and you want to get started, and you can't. There's not enough hours in the day to finish this big task. So you just got to ask yourself, what makes me come alive? What makes my heart beat a little bit faster? What makes me smile or get excited?
Yeah.
Answer that.
Few goals that I do have. Well, I remember I ran a Tough Mudder a year ago. And I was like 14 miles out in the desert, and it was brutal. I thought I was gonna die, but I made it through. Maybe like 2/3 in, my legs gave out, and it was just cramps after cramps after cramps trying to go up a hill. And once I got up the hill, I was like, okay, great, I'm done with this hill. And we turned a corner, and a lot more hills, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I was with, 6 other friends, and I did not want to let them down. I didn't want to let myself down. So, sure enough, I did finish it, and that was one of the greatest feelings I ever had. Being able to finish a Tough Mudder because I never thought I'd do one, let alone finish one. But there's another one coming up in October, somewhere in San Diego, that I want to do again. And
Oh, okay.
so that's my goal. So, when I'm working out, when I'm at the gym, I'm always thinking to myself, you know, it's prepping time. Like, this is what makes you happy. It's painful, but it's a good kind of pain. It's one that because I learned so much about myself when I finished that. I learned how tough I could be. Not just physically, but also like emotionally, spiritually. Like, I really found out how tough I can be. Like, it was mind over matter at that point because I should have stopped maybe like 2 hours in, but that's something that gave me a lot of pleasure. And I'm not saying that going to those extremes it will bring anyone that same pleasure. It could be just going for a walk around the park or something moderate. But for me, that's what it was for me, and that's my goal to just
Nice.
do
I like
another
it.
tough one.
As I do it.
Yeah.
We did a sleep out about a month ago, and it was probably hands down one of the funnest days, nights I have had in the past year. A whole bunch of us slept on the streets to raise funds and awareness for homeless teens. Talk about, like, that's not a fun event. That's like, you don't look at it and go, oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. But it gave you you were surrounded by other awesome people who were so motivated to help others. And then we had kids who were homeless who saw us and were like, oh my God, Ariel, you're sleeping on the streets for us? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to sleep here and make a statement for you guys. And the next day when we woke up, you literally left with the biggest smile on your face. And so that's what you got to do. You got to find what makes you happy. Joe Clark said it. Happiness, peace of mind, fulfillment comes to those who do good in the world around you. It's that simple. You want peace, you want happiness, you want a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose, you got to do good.
Yeah.
And so then that's what with the book I wrote, it's how many do good activities can you do in a given day? That sleep out was a huge, big, fun event. Yes, it was awesome, but what can you do every single day to help somebody else? Purposely going out of your way. And that's when I would encourage you all to write encouraging letters. Like when in between class, when you're sitting there bored, write a little letter. Throw it on a locker. Throw it at the gas. Leave them in your car so when you're out and about, you can put them out. But throw one on a gas pump. Throw one at a cash register. Put one in your mailbox. Little things about sending love. One habit that I do often, Israel, is I beam people love. So if I'm driving or walking, if I pass a person, I will literally be like, send them love. And then know that I have the power to make their day better. So like, I'm supposed to be like, send them some love and send them love. Because all the love that you're putting out into the universe comes back to you. And so all this discomfort that you're having is literally just a lack of self-love. So just keep spreading love. Keep putting it out there in as many ways as you can possibly think of throughout a given day. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to go into work 5 minutes earlier and I'll stop at Starbucks and I don't even drink coffee, but I literally will just go there just to buy someone else's behind me. I did that last week. I was like, I need a pick-me. The smile. So I literally went there, bought a gift card, and was like, here, can you just pay for whoever's behind me with this gift card? And so the people at the counter are like, oh my God, that's so cool, yeah. And then the people behind who get theirs paid for, they were all like, what? It's paid for? No way, that's awesome. And you're hearing that. So even if it's anonymous, it doesn't matter. That all comes back to you. So I would just encourage each one of you guys to make a habit or make a goal to try to do one small act of kindness every single day. Like say before I go to sleep at night, I'm just going to try to make someone's day better out there. Anybody, a random stranger.
Got it.
That's true.
Guys, we're up with our time. Does anyone else want to say anything?
I'm okay.
Everyone okay?
Yeah.
I know we don't have much time here, and it's kind of hard to cram it all into 1 hour, but we got this. You
Yeah.
know? The answer really, like, as cliche as it sounds, the answer really is love. And so anytime we're starting to feel down, sad, lonely, send yourself some love. Smile to your heart and be like, thank you, heart, for ticking. Thank you for being there. You got this. I love you. Looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. Ariel, I love you. I tend to beat myself up a lot. I'll be like, come on, how come you're not doing this? How come you're not there yet? How come you're not earning as much money? How come, I'll beat myself up. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not loving myself. I am doing the best that I know how to do. And when I know better, I'll do better. Therefore, I love me. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. You're perfect just the way you are. So just constantly reminding ourselves and saying this over and over and over. Do you guys want to do a guided meditation really quick before we go?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so this is, we're just going to do, it's called the body scan, and you're literally just sitting up. If you want to, we usually sit with our hands, our palms open and upward on our knees. This is the position of welcoming a new love. And we're just going to breathe in big, deep breaths in, and the first few breaths in, push it into the areas you don't think about. So like your elbows, your fingers, your arms, your legs. Push it in there and then pull out any negativity or stress as you breathe out. And so then now imagine that you are firmly connected to the earth. So source, higher consciousness, you're connected. It's this big pull of pure white light beaming directly to you. So you're connected here and you're connected to the core of the earth for where you're sitting. And now we're going to pull in love from our core, and we're going to send it to every inch of our bodies. So big deep breath in. And now you're going to send love from the core of you, starting at the crown, at your hair, and you're going to work your way all the way down to your toes. So I'm sending love to my hair. I'm sending love to my forehead. Coming from my core, I'm sending love to my eyes. I'm sending love to my cheeks, to my ears, sending love to my mouth, to my teeth, to my chin, sending love to my neck, sending love to my shoulders, sending love to my arms, to my elbows, to my fingers, sending love to my chest. Big deep breath in, out through your heart, and sending love to my chest, working my way down to my organs, to my stomach, to my heart, everywhere inside of her that works and functions for me. Down to my hips, my legs, my knees, my ankles, sending love to my feet. So now just feel connected. Feel yourself completely filling up with pure white light, pure white energy. All you have is love. And you're so full and you're so beaming that it's spreading and filling up the room around you. It's spreading and filling up all of Los Angeles, Orange County, wherever you're at across the country. Now envision love coming from your core, spreading across the country, a map of the United States. It's literally just spreading all the way across. Now it's wrapping itself and completely around the universe. You're that contagious. You're full of love that people look at you and they're automatically drawn to your energy. They want to be near you. They want to be a part of you because you're just beaming with love. And then just say, I love me.
I love me.
I love me. There we go, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day.
Me too.
It was nice seeing you all. I hope you guys all have my emails. I'll post it here too really quick. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Want to talk about anything. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.